I just got a phone call that there was no heat in a customer's house. So I just arrived to the house, and now I have to diagnose the problem. There's different ways that we can do this. The first thing you have to do is always make sure that the switch is on to the boiler. Now it's on the on position. That's the first thing you check if you have no heat. When working on the burner, make sure the switch is in the off position. Sometimes people think it's a light switch and they shut it down. Then hours later they have no heat and they're thinking right away there's something wrong with the boiler. Do that first. Check the switch, check the breakers. Usually on top of the stairs it's called a fireman switch. It's usually always on the on position. Tape it. Some kids go up the stairs, they close it, they're not sure what it is. It causes you a lot of problems. It's very important that the boiler gets serviced at least once a year. Certain things you have to do to a boiler. I determined that the lady ran out of fuel, clogged up the filter with the soot that was in the tank. Now we have to do a whole cleaning on this. This could be prevented by looking at the gauge, seeing how much fuel you have. Try not to go less than a quarter of a tank. After a quarter of a tank, you're going to start having problems. Now the filter's bad, the strainer, and the nozzle that we have to change on this to get this boiler running. This is your filter. This is the gasket that goes onto the filter. This is the little red nut that goes on that. The first thing you do is shut the valve that feeds the oil to the burner. It's called a fire-o-matic valve. The reason why it's called a fire-o-matic valve, it's spring-loaded. If there was a fire by your boiler, this cap would melt and shut the oil that's going into your boiler. That's why they call it a fire-o-matic valve. Inside your filter, you would open up the nut, put a little plastic tray under here to stop any oil that's in that. What you do is when you loosen the nut that is right on top of here, the filter would drop out. Take the old cartridge that looks similar to this, dispose of it, clean out the canister with a little Fantastic and some wipes, put the new one in, put the new ring on top, underneath, between the cup and the top of the filter, and this goes out, the pump will come loose, put the new strainer in, the new gasket, put the bolts back in. Now, when the boiler backs up like this and has all clogs into it, it's necessary to change the nozzle. On the boiler itself, it would specify what nozzle you need to burn in your burner. Every nozzle is different. Some are solids. The solid flame will come out. Okay? Make sure the nozzle you use is for your boiler. I specify that twice. If you use the wrong nozzle, you can cause a fire in your boiler. By that is by opening your top of your boiler, and inside there is where you change the nozzle. You loosen the bolt on the side, remove the pump line, and the whole nozzle assembly comes out. Change the new nozzle, put it back in. This is something that takes a little time and a little knowledge. If you have problems doing it, you can look on my website and you can get more information about cleaning your boiler the right way.